What's up, boys and girls? It's been a while, but nobody really gives a shit. Anyway, video today. The gym. The gym. What has the gym become? The gym has become the end point. And it was never designed, it's never meant to be the end. It is a means to another end. You go to the gym to better your body for sports, for competition, for something greater than just the gym itself. But the gym has become the end, meaning you show up to the gym and that's it. You get a workout and that's it. You post on Instagram or Facebook and you do it for the likes, you do it for the comments, you post stupid shit for likes. It doesn't help anybody out. People like it because they're showing pictures of your ass or some side boob or something of that nature. There's no value inherently in most of these Instagram posts and Facebook posts that I see these days, and a lot of people have made the gym their final destination, I guess you could say. That meaning when they put their value, they have their self-esteem wrapped up in their workout, their weights. If they have a prescribed weight on deadlift or squat or something that they're supposed to hit and they don't hit it, then their life sucks and they're on the verge of killing themselves, depressed. And that's not what it's meant to be. The gym is a tool to sharpen your arsenal, to make you better at something else. Now, I'm not saying that people shouldn't go to the gym. I do really appreciate the fact that people are getting in the gym and they do want to better themselves, but I feel like the reason why most people are doing it is in vain and not for the best reasons, and it's not going to be sustainable. The reason I've been able to sustain it for, I don't know, going on maybe 10 plus years now, if you include high school and college. I guess college is when it really started, so back in 09, so almost 10 years of serious lifting, I guess you could say, under my belt. The reason I've been able to do it is because my why has always been bigger than the gym. It wasn't the end point. For instance, it was to get stronger so I could kick a ball further, so I could be faster in high school, so I could get on stage and compete. But the reason I wanted to compete was because I wanted to go through that process, because I was a trainer at the time. Still am, very much on a back burner of things now, but anyway, I wanted to go through that process because I wanted to help people who wanted to compete, and by going through that process I learned a lot about what it entails, a lot of things people do wrong, a lot of things people do right, or the extremes of it. So I've always wanted to go on both sides of the extremes, because 99% of the time the answer lies in the middle. So if you go all the way left, all the way right, typically that answer is somewhere in that gray area. There's not always a definitive black and white answer. And that goes for a lot of life, especially in the gym, but life in general too. I don't think anybody is completely one way or the other. They have, differing opinions, different views. But anyway, getting off track, I do not want to dive into politics. That is not my forte, and I don't really care that much. But back to the gym. You got to make sure that there's a purpose. Now, for me, the purpose is I want to be strong, but my goal is not optimal strength. My goal is to be strong, to be fit, to be healthy, to stay healthy while doing extreme things. For instance, snowboarding, climbing big mountains, wintertime, summertime. I want to be prepared as much as possible for all of that. And that is the reasoning behind my workouts right now, is for longevity, for joint strength, and stability and things of that nature, because what I'm doing now is requiring a lot of stability and a lot of core work. So I'm focusing on squats, deadlifts, the core foundation of what it means to be a strong human being. So the legs, a lot of leg work. No fucking hip thrust though. No air humps. Nope. Just post on Instagram about that today. Not doing none of that. Squats, deadlifts. I mean, it doesn't get any more basic than that. I want to be powerful. I may throw in some cleans and stuff now. I haven't really done that much since college because there hasn't been a need. But now that I'm getting into the extreme sports of snowboarding and things of that nature, I want to be more powerful. So hang cleans may come back into the picture. I enjoy hang cleans, but I haven't done it just because they haven't been necessary. But they may be making a comeback and you know, starting to shape up the diet a little bit. I've been pretty relaxed on a lot of things. 2018 hasn't started off the best, but I'm having a great time. You know, I was sick for a week earlier in January. Been dealing with some hemorrhoids the last couple weeks, but they seem to be getting better. So you know, it's I don't get it when people say, oh, just living life. Well, what the hell does that mean? Like, living life, just trying to live life. I mean, there's no other choice unless you die. Like, you're living life regardless of if you're happy or sad. You're still living life. That's the only thing you can do with life. I can't give it to anybody else. I can't sell it. I can only live it. I can only do it. So nonetheless, that's a whole nother rabbit hole, I guess. But just keep that why involved. I mean, the why is such a critical asset to anything. Why do you want to start a business? Why do you want to go to the gym? Why do you want to, you know, continue this relationship? Why do you want to buy a house? Why do you want to, why? You know, that's a good question that kids ask a lot, and we get tired of that question. And, you know, I battle with that a lot too, because I feel like, you know, as humans, we can't just accept things the way they are. We have to know why. And, you know, some things it's critical to know the why. For instance, the gym. Why are we going to the gym? Is it just to get in good shape and look good and post on Instagram? I mean, to me, that's not very worthwhile. It may be to you, and I'm not saying that it's wrong if it is worthwhile to you, but maybe you should think of something greater. Maybe you should just challenge that, guys. Challenge your assumption. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not saying my view is right or wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong or right, but I am saying challenge those assumptions. Why do you do the things that you do? Those type of questions have really shaped and planned out my kind of lifestyle. And, you know, it hasn't always been easy, but right now I feel like they've paved the way for me to be where I am right now, and I couldn't be much happier than what I'm doing right now. You know, the question that I feel like has impacted my life the most is not how do I get more, how do I get more money, how do I get more muscle, this, like, how do I get by with less? So that ties in really closely with efficiency, whatever. Being efficient, being simple, being no excess, trimming the fat out of life. That is a huge priority of mine right now. How do I get by with less money, less stuff? Like, what do I need to get rid of that's not making me happy? What's not ROI positive? And I started really last year when I moved from Southern California. I started getting rid of stuff that didn't inherently make me happy or make my life better to a degree. And I would encourage you guys to do the same thing. This video is getting a little bit long. I wanted to be short, sweet, and to the point, but hopefully that you know, some of the things and thoughts that I've just shared with you will spur the proper questions. I talk about that in my book, and it's not a plug. Don't buy it if you don't want it. But asking yourself better questions is a big key. But anyway, why are you going to the gym? Why are you doing the things that you're doing? If you can't answer that question, you really need to stop, you know, do some journaling, do some writing, do some thinking about what your life is, where you're headed, where you want to go, what makes you happy, what makes you angry, what frustrates you. And, you know, if it's not trending or mapping to the direction that you want to go, change it up. It's that simple. It's that simple in theory. It is harder to execute on, but it's worth it, my friends. So please do that. And as always, stay relentless. Cheese.